First game of the season, it was a tough fight, as you would expect from West Perth, but probably especially the way you were able to run away with it a couple of times in the second half. You would have liked a lot of what you saw.
Yeah, look, their pressure was really good early. Scored off our turnovers, which was disappointing, but I thought we reset and disappointing couple of minutes just after half time. But for the most part, I thought the second half we were pretty good and we seemed to be running it out pretty well. And unfortunately, didn't take our chances. I think we had 18 inside 50s in the last quarter and only kicked 5 of our chances. So there's a lot to work on, but there was some good signs as well.
You don't always know what to expect in round one, I guess, especially when you had a little bit of a shorter preparation. But do you sit back feeling pretty content with that, or do you feel like it's nice to get that out of the way and we've got plenty to work on?
Probably the latter. It's good to get it out of the way. I think we had maybe 8 or 9 come into the team that we're trying to make sure everyone's ready to go and at the right level, but we probably hadn't played enough together for a bit of synergy, and I think second half we probably looked better. But I still think it was pretty even, I think the most possession we had was 30. I thought we were really quite even. I think we used the ball a bit more effectively when we had it.
Your forward line looks dynamic. You've got Mason there as the big target, but with Cody at his feet, Matty Parker gets down there at times. Donaldson was fantastic. It's a pretty nice mix. You got Jimmy there as a second target too.
Yeah, and it's finding that balance. I mean, it was pretty hot, but the beauty of it is, Donaldson can play, wing and up the ground, but also play forward. Same with Ninyet, same with Parker, same with Main, same with Schloyd. So, I think we ran it out pretty well. Jimmy had to go on the ruck. Higo, Noah, Zach. It gave us a bit of flexibility in trying to share the load. So, whether that was a significant factor, I'm not sure, but it looked towards the end that we were running out pretty well.
Matty Parker, he looks like he's almost a different beast in terms of he's a lot fitter now than he was probably 3 years ago when he was the last year. That means that, I guess, the spectacular things he could do previously, he can now do for a lot longer, and as we saw today, you can use him up the ground pretty effectively too.
Oh, look, he's been fantastic since he's been back with us, hasn't missed a beat, and really grown in as a person. Got his own little family now, but look, he's been outstanding. Trained, there's no secret, he's trained really hard, and he got some reward today. So yeah, he can play forward, inside, outside. So we're really lucky to have him.
Be happy with the defence too, and one of your new recruits, Blake Schlenschlog. First game, he hasn't played a lot of senior footy at this type of standard, but he was terrific.
Yeah, not bad for a 20-year-old in his first game. So look, he looked really composed. Again, he's probably been another one that came over pre-Christmas, and at that stage he still had the quarantine, so he was coming out of Victoria. So did that, and then he hasn't really missed a beat. Looked really composed with the ball. So yeah, it's pleased for him.
A few new players as well. You had a couple of debutants, new players into the group. You've still got that core senior group, but you still keep finding a way to keep blooding these young players.
Yeah, look, George Wessels today, he's only a second-year player, but, he's super fit and has a go, and he was pretty good for us. So, and even, you look at Ninyet's really only his 3rd game for the club, and, Datson's still a young fella. Dono's still young. Bletchenden hasn't played a lot of senior footy. So, yeah, we've got to think we're pleased. Obviously, Blake come in, Byron come in. I thought he was really good. Barker again. Also, he's played less than 20. So, we still think we've got a few in the lower grade too that are up to it if we need them.
A nice test now next week against Claremont. Obviously, you had some great battles last year, and you'd probably expect no different next week.
No, generally they are. So, they've been a good team for a long while, so we look forward to it.
Is it nice to get a test like that out of the way early on, or you don't really sort of worry about that and you just take the fixture as it comes?
No, we're going to play them all twice, so it doesn't really matter when. But I think everyone plays 5 straight before the state bye, so with the even comp. So, that's really, as far as we look ahead, is, we've got 5 games in a row, and how can we get through, and who's okay. But yeah, we've got Claremont next week. It'll be a good game.
Thanks very much.
No worries.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.